sign. You give us a reason to believe. We don't believe that no matter what we say, it's true. It's true. We don't believe that no matter what we say, it's true. Is this our world? We don't believe it. We don't know where we are. Up on the mountains, we see the towers in the sky. Send us a sign. You give us a reason to believe.
Will we ever get off this island? I don't know. taking me back to the start. We lost everything. We lost everything, but you'll always stay close to my heart. We lost everything. We lost everything, but you'll always stay close to my heart. Spinning me around. When I pushed, you pulled me closer, so I wouldn't fall down. And now I just count the waves of your warm embrace. When you made it a little bit lighter, when I was tumbling into the dark. You'll always stay close to my heart. We lost everything, but you'll always stay close to my heart. Oh, you'll always stay close to my heart. Oh, you'll always stay close to my heart.
Welcome to week 5 of SKL. This will be a match between Heatstroke and sponsored by. Heatstroke is coming into this game without a single map win, while we have Sponsorless coming in with 1 win and 1 overtime loss, giving them 4 points and a slight advantage over Heatstroke. We're just going to knife round here on Train, which will be our first map. This is a best of 2 between the 2 rosters. And the knife round goes to sponsored by, who are now just going to have to select their side. My name is Antic. I'll be casting this best of 2 for you tonight. Unfortunately, we are without a duo caster, so I will be by myself. Hoping to bring you some good action here on Train. Hopefully get a first map win for these teams and maybe see a 2-0. Maybe have a close game where we tie it up. Both of these teams are near the bottom of the bracket on their side. As we go into first round here, we are going to see Sponsored by taking CT side first and Heatstroke on the T side. CT's opting for a 2-on-2 first round. Going to put 2 towards B early, and we're going to see the terrorist side set up for a hard Ivy push. Playing together as 4 with just 1 player sitting back, waiting for that T-con push. Just playing slow, both teams willing to just trade out. We see Spangler holding Ivy, and now Hellacious is going to be holding it too, full blinded, and a full A hit coming in from Heatstroke. Zebra pushing the smoke towards Old Hell. They have back 6 control already. Can't maybe get a kill here. 1. And Oped goes down on the trade. Zebra in sandwich. We see Spade, last player going out on a B for the lurk. Bomb is down towards CT on that A site. Spade's going to push all the way through B, through CT spawn. Kent is aware, so is Helvantix. They'll both be looking for it. Should be an easy trade-out kill. Helvantix taking a shot and goes down. Spade with chance. Hellacious rotating in. And Kent gets the last kill. So that's first round towards sponsored by. A little bit chaotic, but the Ivy push gets him a couple trades out, and we'll at least see some guns. No bomb plant down, so we should see a save from Heatstroke going into the second round. See a quick upper B, rushing back calls for Heatstroke. All gathering around the ladder. Possible drop. He's going to play slow again. Bam gets the info on back calls. And now they've got a 3-stack towards B. Helvantix is holding Pop Dog hard. And Spangler just willing to sit back. Just get that Ivy control. That's 1 kill towards upper. Hellacious just playing behind the smoke. Bam willing to play on top of the ladder. This really slows Heatstroke down with only 1 smoke left. They've thrown it, and no push behind yet. Callaway pushes out solo, taken out. Now we're in a 3v5. No guns picked up for Heatstroke. Looks like they're going to be rotating back. Global Glories running out ladder full speed past E-Box in front of red. And taken out with bomb down in front of the bomb train. And just Zebra, it gets taken out quite quickly. Full AK buys. CTs are willing to just stay on their second round weapons, play the free round, still have a full buy into next round if they lose this. And Ts are just slow playing out A again. Bit of contact towards T-con. Spade gets 2. Or no, man, Spade gets 1, Callaway gets 1. Spade out now. Last player dropping ladder. Bam may be able to catch one on the back here, but even if they lose this round, they're still going to great economy, and that is a 5 for naught for the T side of Heatstroke. Getting their first on the board. Now we'll see our first full buy versus first full buy round. Helvantic's on a FAMAS, the rest of the team forced up. Spangler also on FAMAS. Kent has op. We see a 4-stack towards A. Good read for sponsored buy, only leaving the one player on B. All of the T's are towards A, 2 out towards Ivy. Snade could do a bit of damage from Spangler. Hits him for 20. Spade gets all the way into the site for free, gets the free pick, but is traded out early. Quick kill from Global, protecting his teammate. Now T's get bomb. Helvantic swings wide to get the kill. Global with a great spray transfer to shut it down. Now we're in a 2v1. Bam low HP, playing back bomb, going towards E-Box. Global could catch him out here. Oh, they somehow managed to not see each other. Bam may be able to get a kill here on the bomb planter. Oh, and Bam's so close to the clutch. Switches out to the 8K. On 13 HP. Global's only on 40, 2 shots. Bam picks up the flash. Jiggling. Sees Global's foot. Global may have also seen him there. Global knows he only needs one shot. And Bam gets it with the kit. That's a great clutch. Just unlucky timing for the T's to just not catch him walking past Red Train there. And that's going to be a huge round for the CTs. No real right winning into that. T's are still going to have a full buy. Callaway on low money. But all AKs. No off on the T side, no off on the CT side either. Looking pretty rough with 3 FAMASes and an MP7. We see the same slow A play for the T's. See a bit more conservative 2B3A for the CTs coming to this round. No contact yet, 20 seconds in, lots of time. See pretty limited utility for the CTs, only one smoke, all flashes. They could slow it, but not much. All the utility going in for the T's now. Miss smokes. Global trying to set up a sandwich smoke. Hellacious gets an absurd opening shot. Gets traded. Helvantic is in a great position for bottom flank, but is seen by Zed. Kent gets 2. Bam gets another. Last one towards Pop, and he's lit. And Kent gets his final shot, shutting down that round. So it's had a bit of awkward utility for the T's, even though they had plenty of money and plenty of time. Didn't see a sandwich smoke coming out or any utility towards Old Hell. Really hindered them there. They were able to get out on a site, but only after losing the first pick. And now we see T's saving another round. They'll have a full buy next round. Still lots of money carried over, but CTs are able to build up a bit of an economy here. T's playing a bit of a default. Kent flashing his teammate in upper. Sees nothing. 2 T-Con, 1's pop. You see Hellacious on the D with the teammate with the 5K. A little suspect, but yeah. No one dead yet. Oh, amazing shot from Spade through the wall. Beautiful. Always getting flanked so quickly. And even with the great shot, last 2 Ivy, CTs know it. Playing Crossfire. Oh, amazing deeks from both of the Heatstroke players. But Hellacious in a little bit of an isolated 1v1. Easy kill, 1 HP. And T's will be back onto a full buy this round. We've only seen the 1 off come out this game, and it wasn't saved into the next round either. We're going to see a full buy. We'll see if the T's come out with a bit more aggressive towards upper B. CTs have been pushing it the last 2 rounds, just flashing in, getting the info, and then rotating over to A. This made their A-holds a little bit easier, even with the smokes. T's throwing a bit of strange utility. One sandwich smoke, one towards the left side of red. Bam! Once again, pushing upper B, getting that free kill. Now they know it's A. CTs can just hang out, play their angles, especially with the T's on limited utility. Helvantix behind E-Box gets one. Put some damage on the second. 2v2. One top ladder, one's towards T-Con. And now Kent is rotating towards B. So we see a bit of an isolation here. Spangler caught out by Callaway. Should be a free bomb plant, but do they expect to rotate? Kent's going to have time to peek out a Z here. Does he catch anyone is the question. Catches the first. Last is on low HP. Don't know if they know that. Kent's not quite sure where he is. This is going to be awkward, but... Oh, sees the bomb plant. Bomb out. Easy kill for Kent coming in. Finishing off the round. And there's the op that I was mentioning earlier, brought out in this round. Big impact. And T's going to have enough money. Really hoping that a bit more aggression comes out upper B, because if they keep just letting them abuse it, this is going to be a pretty easy stomp. Now we see that upper B aggression. 2 on B, that conservative start. Seeing 3 postured towards back calls. Smoke comes in from Kent. Callaway's going to flash through the smoke. Spade may push it. Gets whited. Still gets out on a sight. Bam, hears him. Might get this free kill. No one here to trade. Free kill for the CTs. A little awkward. And now we see the rotate start to come in. With that flash, Kent gets 1. 2 teammates on B taken down, but the rotate's fast. No bomb down yet, and CTs with flashes and smokes. Oped still has a molly. At least get the plant down, get some money for his team going into the next round. We see a CT towards CT spawn, Hellacious. Possibly picking up a gun, wasn't able to see. Oped's gotten oil, but caught out by Spangler, who still doesn't know that he's killed him. And gets 7th round coming in for the CTs. See some nice upper B aggression there. Spade gets down, but no one to trade him. Just a little bit awkward. They're getting the initial map control, but then not taking the site cleanly. No lower smoke for him on that round either, just a flash and run out. T's full utility. See no op on the CT side. And quick upper B push for the T's. Are they going to be pushing down in the site just as quickly? No. Slow it down. Setting up the execute. Global takes the fight. Gets the easy kill on top gray. One is still tucked in spools though. Gets caught out, unlucky, does tons of damage on his way down though. Jeez. Get some great control here. Everyone is lit though. One nade could do an unbelievable, there it is. One nade getting a kill. Full HP CT. 2 players on site are lit. Upper swing could come in. Spangler has a real chance in this if he catches the player out sidewalk. Oh, but perfect timing. He's going to get behind him. Callaway should know that he's pushed onto default. He sees him out of the corner of his eye. Lights him hard. Gets the kill. Zeb should have an easy swing here to win the round. And there it is. A lot better take there from Heatstroke on that round. We get to see full utility, even though that smoke does hide the player at spools. He does damage, doesn't get enough kills. They follow up the round, keep it clean, and now they'll have a full buy going into this round. Spade and Oped. Oped opts to stick with just a Deeg. Once again, Zeb has 3150. He could have bought for a teammate here. And CT's on full eco. Some really awkward buys coming in on this first half. We'll see the T's set up their A-site execute. 4 smokes coming in immediately. Flash over. One smoke kept for post plant. Still has 2 mollies, 3 flashes in hand. No initial contact. T's just tucking into corners here, doing plenty of damage. Spade gets a headshot through a one-way on the edge of the smoke. Bam gets one, but easy round for the T's. That was a nice smoke wall that came out, even though the CTs did play in front of it, did play aggressive on it. They were just clearing their angles as a team. Looked way cleaner than their rounds earlier in the half. And CTs were actually on double eco. So we'll see. Round, once again, just Deegs. The standard 2 towards B, 3 towards A. T's playing white passive. Spanglish tucked behind the server, and Ivy could be worth 1 kill. Unfortunate timing. Spade gets 2 pushing the site. And the last 2 CTs taken out in Z on the rotate. So we'll see CT's coming in with another buy round here. Should have some utility. Going to be kind of limited on Molotovs with that $600 price tag on the CT side. And T's have started to build up some real economy here. With only 4 rounds left, they get 1 more and they're going to be buying out for the rest of the half. See, another fast B here. T's are really privy to either rush B early for the map control or play slow towards A. Haven't really seen a default yet this game. 2 flashes going out lower, shutting them down. 1 CT playing close, 1 CT playing on bomb. They already have 1 CT rotated over sidewalk. Bam gets the kill. That's 3 towards B. Last 2 are on above ladder going out onto A, which is totally clear due to the push T-Con. Opa hears them, but just gets caught out. And some nice peeks there from the CTs, just keeping their eyes off, making sure that the T's can't get one-on-ones. Bit awkward there, a slow B push, letting the CTs rotate over, get a strong hold on that B side before the T's were even able to take fights. But even with that, T's still at $18,000 as a team, plenty of money going into the next couple rounds. Really hoping to just get that 9-6 scoreline if possible. CTs have done a great job so far this game of not expending too much utility, and an amazing nade into Ivy, doing at least 20 to 2 teammates and another 15 to another 2. That Ivy rush is going to come in. They should get the first kill. CT's disjointed. Zeb already pushing out through the smoke. They're going to wrap CT. Oh, this is going to push the CTs right out of shape. One has already crossed all the way onto B. Are they aware of it? Low HP on Global. Spade gets 1 out onto B. Bomb is down. Only 1 left on A. The other's rotating up through back halls, and he gets caught off connector. And while the T's do have money going in these next couple rounds, CTs are looking a little bit more stretched. We have Hellacious on 2600, so saving this gun into the next round is going to be big. Gives them a possibility of an op if he's willing to buy it. But he's going to look for kills anyways. T's planning for the opposite side of back halls. Playing very passive, not letting Hellacious get any exits. Making sure that they're playing relatively close together. This should be the 5th round on the scoreboard for Heatstroke. After a very rough start, they've gotten 3 in a row, reset the CT's economy, and then they'll be getting 1 more. This is looking like it could end up being a great half for them. CTs will have at least 1 more buy here. But if they were to lose this next round, their economy going into the last round of the half is going to look rough. That 9-6 starting to look like an 8-7. 7 rounds on the T side here for Heatstroke would be great. CTs with full economy, no ops for either teams. Hellacious playing E-box as usual. Sees one crossing, gonna tuck himself. Hears a lot of noise. They've got another one rotating in from Z connector. Catches one on E-box, no one to trade. And T's are now just stuck around T-Con. That's gonna be a great nade for damage. Oh, catches the red train just barely. Oh, and these smokes have worked against them. CT is able to take 4 for naught. 5 for naught. It's a great 9th round. Getting on top of the trains, abusing those smokes that Heatstroke have thrown. Flash is not pushing them off enough, and T's just being a bit too passive, not willing to explode. This will be the last round of the half. Spangler gets a little love from his buddy starting the round. See full flashbangs for most of the players. Oped's a little light. Hellacious pushing up into ladder. Here's absolutely everyone. Will be calling for a rotate. One's coming through Z. Player Ivy's slow rotating. He might even be good for a couple kills here. Callaway's not watching. No one's there to trade him. Oh, Hellacious. Hellacious gets 3. Hellacious gets 4 on the flank through Pop Dog. Oh, that's brutal for Heatstroke. Throws out their utility and just gets absolutely trashed by the flank. No one ready for it. And I'm wrong again. The 8-7 turns into a 10-5 rather quickly. Now we'll see. We didn't see many ops on either teams on that first half. Train is known for being a map that's very kind towards the op, especially towards Z connector on that A site. Sponsored walking back halls. One CT is in pop. Our sponsored by going to be aware enough to not let what happened last round happen to them. We're seeing a play that we didn't really see. Hellacious down ramp already, knows where the first is, catches Spade off. One's playing upper, hasn't been seen yet. Bomb's going to go down early with very little contact. Hellacious already pushed back towards back oil. Oh, a little bit of an awkward fight here. Somehow no one dies. Zeb gets the kill after a long fight. Now we're going to see both CTs low. One's close. Zeb could be good for a kill here. Gets swung on by Helvantix, and now they know where the last player is. No time for Callaway. Even with the kid on site, not available. And we're going to be seeing an 11-6 for sponsored by. The slow play towards up B, not giving away too much info, not letting that player and Pop Dog decide the rotates for the entire map. Really made that B take a lot easier. It's a big difference that we've seen compared to the way Heatstroke was playing on that first half, where, with the exception of the slow A, they were just going to hold W everywhere. Helvantix pushing in, catching one on Ivy, and even with 5 CTs here, he's already on site. Callaway good for 1, which shouldn't be good for much more. 4 for 1 on the second round. And we'll see our first buy round. We're going to see our sponsor buy going to upgrade or just play this free round, maybe go for a quick B rush against the M4s. They aren't going to upgrade. And we're going to see a CT side with 1 MP9 and 1 FAMAS against a lot of Tech 9s. We actually did end up seeing 2 AKs purchased into that round. Bam and Kent still on Mac 10s. Posture towards A, and on B, we have a CT already pushed through, leading the 4-1 stack. Are we going to see a kill on ladder here from Bam? He's out. He catches one on Zeb, still the player above ladder. Drops down on a pop, catches him off. Big with a great flash. Doesn't catch anyone, unfortunately. 3v1 with the MP9. And runs out of bullets onto Helvantics. It'll be 13-5 for Sponsored By. Heatstroke getting good info there early rounds that this was going to be a hard A push and just not being able to get the flank through Pop Dog. Pistols for the CTs. 3 FAMAS, or 2 5.7s, not FAMASas, and a Deeg. And now we're seeing the ops. Hellacious with 2 early. Only 1 on B. 2 CTs are in or around bomb train. Playing towards camera. Kent spots him out. And that is the site. Spade, last player, pushing upper B. Helvantics knows he's there. Gets the kill. 5 for not even a gun recovered for the CTs. We're seeing just good team play here from Sponsored By. They're pushing out, even with limited utility on that A site. They're just trading, they're pushing deep, making sure the CTs feel uncomfortable. And now we're going to see the first CT op come out. Where is he going to be playing with it? So he's going to be playing from bomb. Hellacious gets 1 on a Callaway right off the start of the back, peeking towards T-Con. They have been aware that the player got to E-Box, knows one's green. Should have heard that nade coming from E-Box now. Well, the rest of the T's should have a pretty free walkout onto lower B with the T's rotating, our CT's rotating off, sorry. Oh, this is awkward timing. Wasn't able to see anyone. Spade pushing up, Spangler catches him. Spade with a beautiful shot. Global also coming in for the kill. Spade gets 1 more. Helvantics trading back. Bam does have the molly upper B, so if Helvantics is able, is able to delay this long enough, it should be a free round. Jiggling around Gray. Global Glory just trying to find the pick. Molly coming in. No time. Chasing for the kill. Gets 1, but won't be enough. T's are going to close this out and go into match point, and Bam's even going aggressive. Does manage to save the op into this match point for Sponsored By, but the cash stacks to the T's. And buy whatever they want at this point. CT's limited. See a very forced buy, op M4, UMP. CT is still on spawn, actually. Trying to figure out that buy. T side of Sponsored By has really just been defaults, just finding out where the T's are, where CTs are playing. They're willing to challenge that upper B control a little bit more aggressively. Bam, almost catching the player on bomb train. What has happened at B? We have a T that's already out sidewalk with a CT hanging out. Kent with a great nade on a bomb train. Oh, this is going to be awkward. We have a T flanking from Z and a CT flanking from Pop Dog. This is going to come down to timing. Z player's caught out. Bam solo. Doesn't know that Spades and Pop, has no reason to. That was strange. Spade just hiding in the corner at the top, at the far side of upper above ladder. Letting T walk out, not sure if he heard him. And then just flanked the T's. Oh, that was a little strange. But... And now Kent gets stabbed in the back by his teammate. A little bit more brotherly love. CT's on a bit more of a full buy here, only 1 MP9. Once again, Spade has 4350. Could have bought for Zeb, but MP9 may be his preferred weapon. T's taking a lot of control towards A. Spotting top blue. Old Hell goes down, same with Bomb Train. Zeb with the MP9 and Z, gonna get naded for a lot of his health. 26. One still Ivy Oped. Third CT rotating in. Gonna go all the way to CT. T's with another molly and nade. Oh, Zeb doesn't know. Bam gets the free kill onto the Z player. And now we see one sneaking up Old Bomb, and the other towards CT. Old Bomb goes down, and now we're in a 3v1. Oped got to do it all, and he won't be able to. That'll be a 16-6 for Sponsored By on this first map of Train. Pretty dominant performance. Heatstroke having a really hard time holding off those pushes. And really, their T side was nothing really to talk about. Yeah, they got 5 rounds on it, which was honestly a bit more than it looked like they were going to be able to. But still, their posturing at the start of the T rounds gave the CT so much control on one side or the other that the push was just too easy for Sponsored By. They were able to stack sites and shut down the T's before their smokes even came out. And a couple of executes they had, especially towards A, it seemed like they knew the smokes, but the CTs were just able to get on top of the trains and play around them, get free kills without trades. I'm just going to check here. But that, I believe, is Sponsored By's second map win of the tournament. Their previous one coming against our team, Gravity, on Vertigo. And they also got 1 point against our team, once again, Gravity on Inferno, for an overtime loss. Heatstroke, unfortunately, continuing their losing streak on maps. Hopefully we can see a bit stronger of a performance here, but I think the biggest advice to the Heatstroke guys right now is, especially on the T sides, can't let those CTs get so much control early. Second map's going to be Mirage here. We have seen Sponsored play Mirage against DAT, where they did put up a good fight against DAT, 8-16. Fairly strong performance against one of the better teams in the league right now. We also saw them play it against Rise, also pulling 9 rounds there. Heatstroke, we've seen them play Mirage against Cloud9, where they only managed to get 6 rounds, and that where they only managed to get 4. They also played it against Rise, where they also only managed to get 4. So just by map difference alone, we should be seeing a stronger Sponsored By side. But I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. Looking back at that last map, we saw that not a single player on Heatstroke managed to go positive. Spade, closest, going 18-18, while Hellacious on Sponsored By getting 22 frags over the match. Bam right behind him with 20 and 6 assists. Pretty dominant side, to say the least. Just waiting for one more player on Heatstroke here to get into the server before we start up. And last player's in. We'll just be waiting for teams to ready up and start this game. Once again, knife round for sides. And if you're just joining us, first map was Train, and we saw sponsored by take Heatstroke in a pretty dominant 16-6 fashion. Heatstroke managed to get 5 rounds on the terrorist side, squeaking out 3 in a row, and fortunately not a whole lot else. And we're now going to the knife round. We're going to see Heatstroke on T side, sponsored by on CT. A little bit of damage traded early. 2 for the T's. 3 for the T's. 4 for the T's, 1 traded back, and now Kent is out. Spade takes Zeb down on the way out. I'm excited to see Mirage is a map that is really utility-centric, especially for the T sides. It'll be interesting to see if Sponsored By on this first half has any executes to show us here against Heatstroke. And it'll be very cool to see how the mid dynamic plays. This will be the first game that I've casted since the bench has been added in mid with the solo jump up to window. We're going to see a 5-man stack for Sponsored By towards A, 1 in mid, and then 2 and 2 on each site. Global takes some damage early on. Quick swing, and that's a quick 2 kills for the T side. Zeb gets 1 back. We're going to see a retake. Helvantic's already in CT, putting on the damage, making this retake difficult for Oped. Seeing 2 towards stairs, top con, double swing towards CT. Oped gonna have to fight for his life, gets taken down, now it's just Spade. Gets 2, great kills, but bomb is planted for CT with Helvanetics and Spangler holding it. Spade playing on top of triple box. But he's gonna have to walk into a crossfire if he wants to win this one. And not a chance, tough round. Gets the headshot on Spangler, unfortunately through the wall, so it doesn't get the kill. That's first round for Sponsored By. Just a quick A hit, getting the kills, swinging wide. Good aggression, not to get stuck at Tetris. Really strong performance from Helvanetics. Bam, throwing the cat cross smoke. We have a CT down, dropped, playing the lower angle in mid, went to connector. Global, good for one on Helvanetics. We see 3 T's pushing out, one's wide swung. Hellacious getting a disgusting kill below Palace with a wallbang on the scout. T's able to pick up a gun here. Spangler on low HP, that USP is going to be fatal. Bomb's just coming in. CT's without any utility. Spade has a Zeus for what that's worth. Takes huge damage from the nade. Let's see if Hellacious can do anything more ridiculous with his scout this round. And Kent on the crossfire, catches 2, even team flashed. And that is the free round going to Sponsored By. CT's making work for it, for sure. Picking up the guns, getting 2 kills. Had a chance if the fights would have gone a different way. Get a bit more damage there. CT's with a an interesting buy, to say the least. We have a MAC-10, or an MP9, sorry, and a MAC-7 coming out. 3 M4s. Set playing window. 3 players top mid with cross smoke. Takes a bit of damage from that nade. But we see 1 player is lurking a ramp. Callow with the shotgun up close. Pays off. I'll just shut my mouth next time I see a MAG-7 purchased. And even though the bench is there... Oh, Kent with a running MAC-10 shot, because of course it's MAC-10. But interesting thing to note there, even though the bench is there for the solo boost, it does make a step. So boosting into the window is still a lot easier Just a quick cleanup from the rest of the players. The C2 who's holding it won't be able to hear the step up. And that is a third round on the board for sponsored by. Heatstroke back onto the save unless they're willing to force into it. Callaway on 5k. T's fully bought up. And starting that cash stack already. Kent at almost 7k. Hellacious on 3,500. We see one M4 on the CT side, and Kent just runs out. Callaway, good for the kill, and Zeb gets one early, so it's still 2 for 2. Great if they could recover a weapon here. Spade, here's the one rushing. Cat gets the free kill. Might be able to pick up the AK as well. Last 2 Ts are going towards apps. Pushing top mid. Doesn't see anyone. You'd hope that the rotate would come in here now. Oped worried about the deep market push early. No info yet that it's B. Plant comes in, and now we'll start to see the rotates come over. 2 CTs on ARs. Callaway has full armor. Spade has no helmet, but still has armor. Oped, the only one without a weapon here. This is very possible for CTs. Bam finds the Deeg first in market. Callaway coming up to Cat now. Spade worth 1 kill on sight. Spade has a kit. This is possible. Gets the kill and the round. What a stand-up performance. Gets the Deeg on Cat, picks up the gun, plays the tight angle, and has the kit to top it off. Great play. And we'll see CTs with an op, T's with an op as well. Kent is going for the 1v1 top mid. Zeb gets to window first. We'll see if Kent plays aggressively on this or just goes to top boxes. Zeb almost catches him through the smoke. He sees him on the jump and gets the pick. Op down in window. Mid cracked open. Only one player on Cat. No one's watching connector. And we see the rotate in through the window. Global might be going for that op. Callaway gets 1 pick on A. He is solo on A now. And Helvenetics gets the kill below Palace. Will Bomb be able to cross with the op? No, it will not. Globalist not playing for this connector walk-up, though. Smoke comes out. Doesn't try to reposition. Gets the kill through the smoke. He's last alive. Doesn't know one's close. Oh, he... Kent with the op close. Terrible timing. Somehow is still alive. If he gets a kill on Kent, this is very possible. That was messy. But T's get the work done. The play up connector from Kent was the right one. He's 11-2. Could have probably gotten that kill a little bit earlier, but whatever works. T's forcing into, or CT's forcing into this round. Bit of a mix by 2 M4s, a Mag 7, which I won't say anything about. A Deeg and a P250 against full AKs. 1 Galil on Spangler. Team didn't have money to buy him. Kent playing aggressive in mid with the op again. We see a 3 stack towards A with the CTs. No one playing window. Players playing tight in connector instead with the Deeg. A's are setting up, or T's are setting up towards A. Hellacious flashing his team in. 1 smoke coming from Bam. And a quick kill on a Spangler. Global stuck in Ninja. Oof. Unfortunate timing. A little bit of trigger control there. Could have gotten 2 or 3. Zeb tries to swing out. I'm running a 4v2. Oped just with P250. Spade has M4. CTs will be on full loss bonus, but guns going down. So this is going to be a tough decision for CTs, whether they force into this or not. They do technically have the money to buy up, but they won't have utility. T's are on low money, so if they do lose into this round, this could break them. and we do see the CTs force up against full buy from T's. We haven't seen an AXQ come out from sponsored buy. It hasn't really been necessary thus far. We see the 3-stack towards A again, pistol player in connector. T's have been good at just harassing the CTs, and Underpass gets the kill on Zeb. Unfortunate timing. And T's are up cat. There's going to be 2 CTs to shut them down. But just playing map control. Bomb is down for the T's in a ramp. It's a long rotate. They've got great map control. Helvenetic's good for 1. But they don't have the bomb. Might just have to win this round by fragging out, and it looks like it might not be as hard as it might sound. Oh, Oped has a free kill. Not able to get it down. They'll be able to grab the bomb, no problem. And what could have been a really bad mistake for the T's had they lost one more there, gotten this into a 2v2 instead of a 3v1. But able to finish off nonetheless. Kent on 13-2 now. Since he's picked up that op, he's just been on fire. Hasn't really been missing. T's are stacking up a ton of money now. CT's forcing this round again. We're going to see op, M4, Mag 7 coming out for Callaway again. Mixed buys. And very low utility. And a quick kill on the global. That's 2 for Kent. He's just going out of his mind. And there goes a Mag 7. And an M4. The remaining CTs are just trying to stay alive. Zeb misses an easy shot on Palace. Kent with a 3K. Missing the molly. Bam's a little toasty. Gets a great kill on Oped. Bit of a wild spray, but makes it work. And Spade, the last CT, tucked in jungle. T's closing in all around him. Flashes once. Bam knows he's there. Good for 1. Picks up the op, but Kent just absolutely shutting down the CTs. 2 great kills right off the bat, going aggressive on his peaks. Doesn't miss either. Beautiful play. He's now on 17 after 8 rounds. Hellacious on 8. Spangler just hasn't really had to do much on 1. Hasn't seen that much action. And Kent sees 5 rushing him, somehow survives. Bam there to support him. T's rotating in, great nade damage. CTs are still pushing it. Kent does go down. And they're willing to give the CTs the op for the round. Bomb plant will go down on B. And the one CT player that was close going through CT getting taken down. CT's just gonna save. Really gonna need to pick up a couple more rounds here if they want to have any chance into the game. Helvenetics gets 1 on the way out. Pad the money. And that's the op that goes down from Spade. In a 4v2 with no armor, it's a bit of a suspect call. Could have kept that into the next round, bought for one of his teammates, had a bit stronger utility. As is, they'll still have a strong buy, but it's just throwing money down the drain. T's all starting to approach 10k now. Kent going aggressive again. Is he worth it? Misses. Hellacious going for the pick. We see 4 towards A. Do T's recognize it? Global gets 1. Bad smoke to put out the molly. T's are just getting out of there as fast as they can. Helvenetics holding the mid-rotate. We see no CTs towards B. Spade hears it. Flash might catch. Doesn't catch anyone. Gets 1 on Spangler. Second flash is good. Bam gets taken down below half, and CTs are 3 in market already. Bam goes down. Helvenetics gonna have to hit some crazy shots to win this round. Oh, I'm just catching bad timing. Doesn't see anyone cross. That'll be the second round for Heatstroke on the board. T's still with huge money. They're going to have to string a couple together here. Otherwise, they're going to be having a rough game, losing one of their loss bonuses. This is a bit of a do-or-die round for the CTs. With the loss bonus, they will have the bye next round. It should be with full utility. Global Glory and Spade will both be low. Helvenetics hits a great flick on his head before the smokes even popped, because why wait? And T's are setting up on a default here. They have the mid control. They've gotten this a couple times earlier in the game as well. One CT's pushed all the way up onto green chair and apps. Bit of an awkward waiting game. We see two of those actually on Palace as well. There's a player just waiting. Kent and Callaway. Right next to each other. Does Callaway swing? He does. Gets the kill. On a 3v2. Bomb is once again down almost in the exact same place. ARM for the T's. They've gotten lucky on this a couple times. This could have really bitten them. Helvenetics gets him on the second time around. Just wasn't ready on that first shot. And Global Glory just sitting in CT with the AWP, holding market for the push. Possible that Hellacious in jungle heard him. Don't think he did. He's wrapping his way back around to CT. With this flash, Hellacious will know where he is if he throws it. Bomb is planted B. Now in a 3v1 for Global Glory. CTs will have a buy into this next round, especially with Global saving this, but he does have to save it. And just some fortunate timing there. Him and Hellacious don't end up meeting at any point. This will be the 9th round on the board for Sponsored by Heatstroke. Gonna need to win this next round. If they don't win this next round, then they're gonna be on low money. Gonna have a really tough time getting it back into this even for a 3rd round. Not exactly a buy that I would agree with. We have Global Glory going into this round with a full set of utility 5-7 and AWP, while Spade, who's currently their top fragger, goes into this round on a Deagle. Oped getting a quick kill on Helvenetics, top mid. There's 2 on Cat, and Hellacious gets 2 just walking through the smoke. Not a care in the world. They know Oped's underpass. He's now stuck in there. Callaway pushing onto A ramp quickly. This could be a bit awkward here. The T's push on, not checking this corner for Callaway. Spangler not checked. Free kill. Kent 72. Gets the no-scope onto Callaway. That's A site open. Oped gets 2 in mid though. Hopefully he doesn't go for this. Oh, bad timing for Kent. Trying to play the tap, unaware that a teammate's flanking. And Spade with the D gets a very important kill. CTs are going to have full buy going in this round as well as the AWP. T's are still going to have plenty of money. But Heatstroke are going to need to keep winning to have any chance here. Any lost round at this point is going to wreck their economy and they're just going to get streaked out. This is a huge round for them. Great that they won last time. This will be the first fast B that we've seen from the T side. Going 4 up in apps, only 1 towards A. And T spot them early. No quick rotate though. Great kill from Spade. Doesn't get 2. Gets a great flick on default. Bomb is now down. Last 2 T's on site. Oh, and he's mulching them. Helvenetics last on site, 18 HP. Great crossfire, even without the rotate. That turned out great. This is huge. Helvanetics gets tucked in the corner. Good for one, but gets traded quickly. And this is Heatstroke's way back into this game. Terrorists have a buy here and likely have a buy for the last round as well, as long as they don't purchase too foolishly, but they're still going to have 2,900 loss bonus going in the next round, and especially with that cheaper kit, should be easy. But now, like I said, every round for the CTs, only 2 surviving. It's going to start hurting their economy pretty quickly. Oped manages to not get wrecked in mid-window there. He gets taken down to 22. No damage traded. 2 top mid, and the T's are setting up for an A hit. Flashes both the T's top mid. That's a quick kill on the Callaway. That's 2 on A. And that's the 3rd on a jungle. Helvanetics. Learning from past mistakes. The player on top of Palace. Easy kill. And now he's going to push into CT. Gets the kill on a Zeb. Headshot after the spray. And now it's just Spade in window with the op. Good for 1. Switches out to the AK to push CT. Possibly good for 2 if Helvanetics is the first one that peeks. He shouldn't. And T's. T's could really hunt this regardless. But Spade looking for the round nonetheless. Gonna swap out to the op. Player in mid. Hellacious catches him. And CT's gonna have a bit of a force buy here. 2 players in need again. Oped's at 9k. Callaway at 5,600. Likely gonna see some forces coming out. Oh, bit of confusion in CT spawn. 3 M4s eventually, but wrecks the timing on Zeb. Bam gets a quick kill. It's already 1 down on A. They do have a second player in CT for the rotate. Once again, sponsored by just pestering the CTs. Helvanetics, not a care in the world. Pushes through, takes 64 from the molly. Another 12 from his teammate. One's on stairs, he's about to get pinched badly, but 3 on site. This connector split has got to come in quickly. A ramp. Kent on stairs. Oped gets 1. Oh, Kent's lost him. Somehow gets 2. 3rd player CT playing slow, waiting for the rotate from his teammate. In for market. Smoke for the plant. It's a ramp plant front of triple box. Flash on the push in. Global gets 1. And Hellacious is very lit. Can't find the bomb. Global gonna push him. Hellacious good for 1. And the bomb is planted for him. He has a flash, he has a molly. Oh, and doesn't need either. Beautiful shot. 11-4 for sponsored by. And even though it's a 4 to 11 half, it could have been quite a bit worse for Heatstroke. Sneaking 2 rounds in right at the end of that half, giving themselves a chance. We didn't really see an execute from sponsored by, like I said at the start of the match. It really just came down to picks and just aim duels. They were just winning. Played a default most rounds, at the very least, putting some mid, some A. We saw lots of splits. Now we're going to see a rush B, or not. A kind of rush B, underpass. Made lots of noise. And Kent just gets a falling P2000 and doesn't get traded, so that's the thing. 3 bottom connector for the T's, spreading out in mid. 4 bottom mid now. CTs are spread out. Hellacious. Missing the timing on Zeb. Might be able to kill in global if he pushes too far. Callaway with 1 kill back. the jump up into window means that there is a B pinch on the menu. Bomb is in market. Spade better not die. One teammate's already gone down, Cat. Callaway's going to have to take the fight on Hellacious or rotate back onto A. Spade catches Bam. Hellacious, without bullets in the mag, lets him get the plant. At the very least, get some money into this round. Gonna have to get 2 crisp headshots on 25 HP. Here's one CT. Misses it. Catches one shot, but not enough. Helvenetics winning it for CT, going 12-4 for sponsored by. Could have made it awkward. That push into window from Spade definitely split up the CTs a little bit. In pro play, we often see someone ending up playing outside of the window early rounds if that push comes in. Not so lucky for the CTs to have one available. T's just maintaining some money. Spade buying utility for the A rush. CT's with lots of utility. Nades coming in, catching Zeb for 45 already. You see 2 on A and CT's rotating over very quickly. Flash smoke coming in, but T's flashed out. And here's always the problem: getting caught at Tetris, not willing to push past and trade out with your teammates. It's just a firing range for the CTs, even with Callaway getting one back. The gun's not recoverable. That's an easy round for sponsored by. T's take early contact, give up the info, smoke comes in, but it's far too late. And sponsored by already has 4 on the site with better guns. Heatstroke being very indecisive going into these rounds. Not willing to push. You see a couple smokes set up. Zeb smoking off, I believe that's a door smoke. Hellacious just missing out on the one top mid. Bam might be getting OPED anyways. Can't hit a P250 shot, but can hit a flick with a scout, no problem. Picking up his own gun, not realizing there was also a scout. They have bomb even with a T on either site. And now both CTs have ARs with the bomb. A minute left. T's do have a chance. But doesn't seem like either of the T's are 100% aware of where the CTs are. Not really playing together. Callaway and Zeb now slowly making their way up mid. Zeb, if he takes his fight by himself and gets... Callaway is going to pick it up. They smoke off the bomb, but Bam should be able to see legs there if they push for it. Zeb playing close. Oh, misses the shot, and Callaway gets it through the smoke. Very real possibility for the T's now. Will Bam push it? Neither T watching for the flank. Misses the shot. And Callaway gets both. Great spray through the smoke there to keep that round alive. Keep the game alive, really. T's needed that round with their only bye really into this half. They won't have the loss bonus anyways, so very important round to win. CTs are just going to be saving. They've got an 8-round lead. They know that they can just play this slower. See a couple Deeks, P250s. T's are stacking towards B on a low economy round. Probably not where you want to go right away, but as long as they go together is the big thing here. Oped drops the bomb. Player on Cat should hear that. And Kent's already pushed out of Palace. Global Glory pushing on to A. Might just catch the timing here. T's pushing out to B. Helvenetics good for 1. Late traded out by Spade. Bam gets another one back. Just really has to slow this down. Callaway's let down to nothing. Gets another. Kent's on a quick flank though, and Bomb is not down. Could even be able to recover an AK here. If he plays this right, he could catch the first player. No one sees him. Oh, unfortunate. Gets one. Oh. dangerous for the T's, winning the round. Just barely. Lots of trades coming back in for the CTs. Only 2 surviving on either round, so even though they've got a 2-round win streak, money is still very low. No ops for either team. Zeb with 5,500 and Oped on a Galil. Come on, guys. He's throwing an early smoke. Spangler's holding the gap. Aware that there's a break in it. We see the first execute of the game from Heatstroke. And they're deep onto the site early, not getting caught up in Tetris. Callaway getting Kent on the swing on stairs. Bam in the middle of nowhere, also getting caught out. Spade good for one more on Hellacious, and now it's just Helvenetics. In apps. Just gonna save this one. Good call. First execute of the game, and we see a clean sweep from Heatstroke onto the site. Oped and Spade taking some damage, but nothing of note. Lots of HP for all the T's. All the guns kept. Finally gonna be able to get a bit of a cash stack going in next round. Give himself a little bit of a buffer here. They're gonna get 7 on this game. 1 more than their previous game. Only got 6 on train. And in a good economic position to get a couple more here. CTs all hovering around 2,500. If they lose this next one, they will be getting another loss bonus boost. Should be able to get a full buy going in next round. Window smoke coming in early from Oped. Finally starting to see some utility here. Heatstroke waking up a little bit. Getting 3 in a row, looking pretty strong in that last one. One pushes Palace. Kent taking Oped down to 17 HP. T's coming in here. Clear out the player under Palace. Kent gets taken down, bam on the wide swing. That's a 3 for 1. Zeb giving a gun to Helvenetics on the total other side of the map. Makes this suddenly possible. Hellacious gets 2, and now it's a 1v1. And Helvenetics now knows where Spade is, and vice versa. Spade has to plant the bomb, is going to get the plant in quickly. Helvenetics smokes himself out. Has kit, has armor. Spade looking for the big brain play, going all the way back up. Oh, he's going to go all the way through mid. Spade on for the ace here if he clutches this one. Helvenetics would I would really like to have that smoke right now. And Spade's going to pull it off. He's all the way to connector. Helvenetics, 2-shot with the AK, doesn't even need the headshot. And gets the kill. Spade with the ace, great round. Dragging his team through this game with 25 kills over 21 rounds. Only 2 below the CT's top frag of Kent. Huge round, great play. Zeb made it a little scary there. Pushing on to onto B side, giving that gun to Helvenetics, but big brain play, made it work. It's 4 T's out mid. Flash pops a bit early, doesn't catch anyone. Callaway with a deep smoke into mid. Possibly setting up for a cat push. Helvenetics is already there. And here we see a bit more of that cautious play. Both smokes are going to fade for the T's here before they get through to cat. Their opportunity to push has now passed, and now they're out in the middle of nowhere. Helvenetics good for 1, good for 2. Bam gets another one into mid. Oped gets spotted. Great shot on a Kent. There's another one on A. He hears him. Doesn't react. Zeb last in the middle of mid with an op. Gonna have to hit 3 incredible shots on off angles and gets taken down by Spangler. This is the same kind of caution that we saw from Heatstroke in the train game where they would throw out their execute. They knew all the smokes. They knew how to push it. But then they would just get themselves caught up looking for angles. Smokes would fade and they'd just be in the middle of nowhere. And that's happened again here. And they are going to have a buy here. Oped on a Deeg with Zeb having 2950. They're not buying as a team right now, and that could really hamper them here. Setting up smokes. Looking like it's going to be a B hit. Helvenetics gives away his position. Could have just screwed himself there, and it does. Hellacious way out. Can't catch his global on a flank, but the T's have a pretty strong hold here with that window smoke coming in. Now we're on a 4v4 with the CTs totally locked out. 3 kits. Still have a good chance. Callaway pushing. Kent's on site, but he's totally by himself. One coming to market window. They know he's garbage. Oped gets taken, gets traded. Last coming out market door. Spade catches terrible timing. Doesn't know he's there. Gets saved by Zeb. Spangler has a chance into that. If he gets a kill onto Zeb, that becomes a very real opportunity to win that round. And T's once again, even when they're losing, they're winning the rounds that are important. They put CTs back onto a low buy. And the T's are just setting up. They get 1 kill. Not kill, sorry. Damage. Unfortunately, not the kill, just getting the leg. And T's are going to throw and execute here. We have Zeb in Ninja with the crossfire on Bam. Bam does 50 to Oped. Kent gets caught out by Sandwich. It's an unfortunate gamble that you play in that position. But CT's doing a bit of damage. Helvenetics, once again, brings us down to just 2 T's alive. Zeb and Spade have been the T's that have been surviving, but when we're looking at a team with 3,300, 4,000, and 4,000 after only losing 1 of the last 7, it's a little bit of a scary position to be in. They know if they lose 2 in a row, I guess they don't have the opportunity to lose 2 in a row, so scratch that. 4 AKs in the op against a full CT side buy. Bam with the AUG. Kent gets taken down at his own game. He's been so good on the op, but Zeb just taking him out. And now Spangler does so much damage to everyone, but doesn't get the kill. Great volley to slow the T's down. The center of sight smoke may have worked for Spangler more than it has for the T's. Catches 1. Callaway with the trade back to Zeb, actually. And I'll be honest, I don't even really know what happened in those last 5 seconds. But T's with another round on the board. Bit chaotic. Spangler almost able to get a couple kills there. Just jiggling around the smoke that was thrown in the middle of sight. Great smoke for the rush plant. Not so great if you have a CT playing at triple. T's once again going for the A hit. It's where it's worked out for them. Callaway setting up a smoke for his team. No one to actually flash in, but and they get smoked out on the utility. Molly coming out, quick damage. One playing on top of default, doesn't get spotted quickly. Helvenetics good for 1. Kent gets taken out early, once again by the op. Another 2 picks going for T's. Zeb getting a 3rd. Last jungle, full flashed. Great flash, and Kent's offing just hasn't been showing up in these early rounds, unfortunately. He was so good on it on the T side, but he's just getting beat out. So now, would assume that we see T's, yeah, going towards A again. Once again, it's where it's worked, even when the CTs have been stacking it. They've brought this game back absolutely massively. I have to give them massive credit for that, for a pretty rough-looking CT side. They brought this within 2. And now they're into pistols. Through the utility, rotating back to B. Actually, a great call. Spade, just willing to keep the players here. Spangler down to almost nothing, but Bam gets the kill, but the rotate's already off. T's are going to have sight, CTs are going to have nothing to enter back in. Callaway even catches the player that's close market, and now the deep market mollies come in. Only thing that CT's have going here is an AK. Hellacious is at top mid, so that'll be 13 coming in from Heatstroke, barring some miracle play from Hellacious, but it looks like he's not even going for it. Doesn't have the kit, doesn't have armor. We're seeing Heatstroke coming back to within one, 13-14. Great T-side. Seeing the executes. Well, Sponsored By didn't seem to need them. They've sure been paying off well for Heatstroke. And last round we saw 4 survive, and this round we're going to see another 4 survive unless someone dies to bomb here. Which they don't, so that's 4 surviving 2 rounds in a row. T's are all at huge cash decks, 2 above 10k, rest of the team above 7. After the bye, everyone's still happily above 6. And they're going to have plenty of money going to the rest of this game. CT's, on the other hand, stretching their buy to the absolute limit here. Kent getting any off into this round again, taking their quick peek towards ramp. T's playing a default. Unfortunate, seeing as this is actually a round where the CTs have only put 2 onto A. We're seeing some mid control from both teams. Hellacious, gap in the smoke, might be good for a couple. Gets one, gets taken out by Oped. Should have had an easy second. Oh, but this could bite them badly. Helvenetics in apps. Gets checked. Spade with a great kill. Huge for his team. Bam can't get anything on the cross. And even with lit CTs. Oh, no one's watching the bomb plant. It goes down somehow, but that's a rookie play. Bam gets taken out by Callaway. Last player's out on site. And he's taken down. We see 3 survive. Barely, I might add. Whole team at less than 40 HP, 2 sub 20. CTs gonna have a buy into this round. They're on max loss bonus. Heatstroke coming in huge, tying this up from a huge 11-4 deficit. Actually, a 13-4 deficit. Coming back huge, only giving CTs 1 of the last 11 rounds. Kent been having a really tough time in the op coming into this CT half. Opts to give it over to Hellacious, actually. He doesn't even play it this round. Helvenetics gets picked on B. He's their info player. Great nade coming in. Gets 1. Only the bomb towards B. Spade is on site. Bam and Kent rotating in. See 2 in mid. Spangler gets 1. Spangler gets 2! Oh no! Zeb with a short range op isn't able to get the kill. Spade is the last on site. Gets Bam. Gonna have to be a pretty miracle play to win this. We have Spangler on 1 HP. If we can catch him early, it's worth it, but gets caught out from market, and that'll be 15th round going to Sponsored By. Both teams gonna be having a full buy going into this last round, possibly before overtime. Sponsored By, double up. Economy's not going to matter going into this last round. They should have plenty of money for it. Player saved can drop over guns. CT should have a full buy. So we see Kent going off the op entirely. Not the worst call. He gets his first kill in quite a while when he swapped off. T's coming out with a quick A execute again. Not pushing on it. They mollied themselves, unfortunately, behind that smoke. Kent getting absolutely wrecked by Global again. He's having a really tough time on this site. Bam, getting a beautiful kill back. Somehow not traded. Good for 2. And it just falls apart. Oped gets 1. Oped down to 11 HP. And Bam getting the last kill. That is the game for Sponsored By. Way closer than it ever really deserved to be. Sponsored By going up 13-4. And Heatstroke bringing that within 1. Almost taking that to overtime. CT's making a couple adjustments in those last couple rounds, dropping Kent on the op. Helvenetics still just playing that info, but having Hellacious behind him on B-apps really did take a bit of the wind out of the Heatstroke pushes in those last couple rounds. And even that last execute, bam, on the site, able to sit in front of bench and get 2 without a trade is really the nail in the coffin. So that is a 2-0 for Sponsored By, even though it really doesn't feel like it. That last round going the full distance, 30 rounds, after the stomp on Train. 16-6 first map, 16-14 second map. We saw some interesting play. I think the biggest takeaway from that game, especially from Heatstroke, was their executes, especially on Train on the A site, were very slow to get going. They would throw out the smokes, they would get that initial site control, but then it would kind of just slow down. It's like the typical Mirage Tetris problem where everyone wants to just take the initial pick fights, never pushing deeper onto the site, and that really hampered them from getting a foothold into that game. On Train especially, we saw a big difference between Sponsored By and Heatstroke, in that Heatstroke would take their chunk of the map before the site they were going to push onto. So they would either sit outside of A and send a couple Ivy, or rush B and sit outside of B. But that allowed Sponsored By to rotate so quickly off of each site, because without even really info plays, just playing on sound cues, they were able to tell exactly where Heatstroke was going well before they actually went there. And especially when you combine that with the lacking pushes through utility, you ended up having this deflating T side. So on Mirage, when we saw Heatstroke really change that in the back half of their T side, or I guess mid, they really won most of their T side. We were able to see them throw out those executes, not get caught up, trading kills, just pushing hard. The biggest problem with that last round was the molly that they threw towards Sandwich hampered them. They were willing to push through that CT smoke, and it just backfired, really. And I think we got to give huge credit to Kent, especially his op on the first half of Mirage, really just shutting down huge portions of the map for Heatstroke, just being able to take out that mid control so frequently on the window duel helped Sponsored By take that first half strongly. But going into that second half, we saw Kent's opping slow down quite a bit. His frags really started slowing down. So it was really nice to see that switch where they went, oh, he's getting beaten on A every single round.
Hi, hello.
Hello, this is Helvenetics for an interview here. So I think the biggest thing from both of your games there, the biggest turning point was when we saw Heatstroke really start to pick up speed on that T side of Mirage. What can you tell me about how did you change it up to get those last couple rounds? How did you feel like they were taking it so easily, and what were you trying to do to slow them down?
I think a lot of it came down to they were kind of all over the map. They were getting that early map control and faking us out a lot. They were throwing nades over on A, so we'd start to rotate, and they'd always leave one apps. And I can say from a personal perspective, my aim wasn't the best, so trying to solo B against, I believe it was Global Glory.
Yeah,
he just wrecked me every single time.
Yeah, Global Glory and Zeb seem to really be pestering you guys at that B apps play. I saw that near the end of that game, you put Hellacious on the op towards B apps to support you on that. So even when you got the info, and even if your aim wasn't playing really well, having that support really shut down their B hits. It was nice to see.
Yeah, we were just trying to find any way to kind of shut that down, or at least slow it down, so we could give time to their RA players to get over there. And then we were trying to do a bunch of different things. We rotated, tried to stack A one time, and that Didn't quite work out the way we wanted to, so we just decided to go back to what we were doing and what we knew, and just kind of try to iron out the mistakes we were making.
For
And
sure.
I think we closed it out 16-14, and I think we're happy with that.
For sure. That your first half was really something to behold. You guys didn't seem to be missing much. The biggest takeaway that I saw in the first half was Kent's opping. You just didn't really seem to miss.
No, that's kind of his thing. We kind of give him the op, and he just runs off. He runs off, and he gets 3 picks, and then we look at the map and we're like, oh, this site's open.
And
he's,
I guess
he's amazing.
One observation that I made, I don't know if this is sound or not, but Kent was having a really tough time opping on that CT side. Was that a conscious decision to move the op off of Kent over onto Hellacious? And I believe, I can't remember who the other player that was opping when he had the double op. Yeah.
That kind of just comes down to, because as we said, Kent, he runs with that. The ops is his thing, and we kind of let him do it. And once we switch over and something's not quite right, then we just pass it off, and it's like, oh, you're doing it today, perfect, and you just kind of keep rolling with it. But I don't think we don't have a set plan of this person's going to be opping,
and
whoever's feeling it.
Yeah, for sure. And like it was really nice to see the adaptation there, especially once you guys were having a tough time, because obviously on train you guys didn't really have to adapt much. So speaking of that, what I noticed, at least, and I don't know if you guys noticed this as much as well, you guys held on to your A-site utility on train incredibly well. I was thoroughly impressed. Was that a call that you guys were actively making after you saw the slow pushes?
I think that came down to, we started understanding that the pushes were coming later. We always, right off the bat, threw a smoke or something like that until we had any information. And once we started realizing what was going on, it was, all right, they're coming here. Get over here. Grenades are flying, and we're just trying to get anything to slow them down while we get people pulled over.
For sure, that was it was really nice to see your train dynamic between your two sites, especially when it came down to info play. And a comment that I made at the end of that game, at least, was that the way that you guys were playing compared to Heatstroke on your train was you seemed way more fluid and dynamic, wherein Heatstroke would set up a play and then throw that play over. The one thing I did notice from you guys, though, is you weren't really setting up for executes early. You guys almost always played picks. Is that just your style as a team? Was that just you guys feeling it and not missing? Or
that kind of comes down to a lot of early. I don't want to give away all our secrets.
Absolutely not. That's fine.
We got 13 secret ingredients of making fried chicken or something here. But it comes down to we like to kind of feel out what's happening, and if we're starting to understand they're doing things that we're uncomfortable with, we'll kind of switch up what we're doing. I can't say too much to how we play, but I'd like to say it's a good mix of both.
For sure, it was really nice to see, and I guess the one play that I just want to know your team's reaction to when it happened was the push-up. I believe it was Hellacious who pulled up Pop Dog and flanked B and got 4 against a full buy. What was the reaction in your team comms when that happened?
I think we were kind of looking at that, looked at the feed, looked back, realized that 4 people were dead, and we just said, "Oh, okay, well that's." I gotta say to our entire team, we're very mechanical. We like our aim is usually very good, and when we see those frags rolling in, we usually see them. We're just like, oh, all right, we're going. Like
fantastic.
Not too much riling up of people going.
Well, that's good to hear that you guys can keep a level head, and that really showed in train. Even when you were getting close rounds, you guys seemed to always pull it back and made it really tight, even the couple rounds that Heatstroke did win. I guess the only other thing that I was wondering is, when Heatstroke did end up throwing that A execute on Inferno or on Mirage, we saw quite a few times that you guys would have players sitting right next to each other in Palace and in Apps, just back to back. And just the timing didn't seem to really work out for you guys. So sometimes in those later rounds, when they didn't throw utility on A, you guys seem to have a really good read that they were going somewhere else, or they were playing a default. Are you guys really looking for info plays at the start of every single round? Because it sure seemed like you guys had great reads most of the game.
That's another thing I don't want to talk too much about. Sorry about that. Yeah, again, 13 secret spices or secret ingredients, whatever the hell KFC's got going on over there. But we like our information because it allows us as individuals to kind of play around that and set up plays for each other. So, well, information's nice, but if we don't get any, then we kind of have a thing that each of us like to do and change up.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you. It was great to see your fluid gameplays.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations on the 2-0. And I believe that takes you guys to 3 map wins and an overtime loss. So congratulations on your games tonight, and have a great night.
Thank you. I just want to say before I leave, good game to Heatstroke. You guys played really good. Global, I hate you in apps, and I will forever detest that. I tried the timing and it just never worked. But all right, you guys have a good night now.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
So that was Helvenetics from sponsored by, and we'll also be having an interview from Heatstroke as soon as he gets in the call. This interview will be with, luckily enough, Global. So we're going to hear his counter banter to Helvenetics on that apps play. It was nice to see, especially Heatstroke, even though their AXecute was working, they were being very frustrating in underpass, making the mid players regret it. And Global, were you listening to the stream?
What?
Were you listening to the stream when Helvenetics threw some shade?
No, I wasn't actually. I was talking with some teammates.
All right.
What was he throwing?
What Helvenetics said that he hates you for your apps play on your T side of Mirage.
Like mine?
Yeah. Well, I can't remember if it was you or one of your other teammates was just up in apps, just making his life hell every round, and he did not appreciate it.
I think I got 2 kills at apps.
Oh,
so maybe that was me for one.
So obviously the thing that we want to talk about is your huge streak on T-Side up Mirage. That execute coming in just totally was a step away from the rest of your play. The biggest thing I said on stream, at least, my biggest criticism at least, was that when you guys were throwing your executes, especially on train, you were just getting caught up and slowing down too much and letting those smokes fade. But on A side of Mirage, you guys just seemed to have it. So what changed? You guys started hitting your shots. How was your feeling going into that T side once you streaked?
Well, yeah, Train, you know what, Spade, I give him props. He came in first game with us, and he was basically the leader for a lot of it.
For sure.
And the one A play on Train that I want to note is we did a full execute. We smoked all of it.
Yeah.
I go to plant the bomb. I die because all the smokes were going away. And so at that point, we were like, we need to play fast. But at that point, it was kind of too late.
For sure.
So in Mirage, we went in thinking, let's play a little faster. So we played slow, see if they pushed, all that. And I don't know, we just decided, you know what, let's just start actually calling strats because we were kind of playing ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. Like your defaults seem to be having a really tough time, especially on your CT side. You were just getting picked off.
Yeah, exactly. So the streak started, we just started calling, you know, let's go A. Let's just throw smokes that we know, go A. And every time we just played fast, we would just get picks. And we just did that the next round. And then we're like, okay, let's throw this, let's fake, let's go to the other side. We just tried to play every angle. We tried to spread them out as much as we could.
And for sure, Helvenetics made a point of discussing that when you guys were starting to win those A rounds and you did throw that one fake round, apparently that really screwed them off of their play. They were expecting the A push, they stacked it, and then when you rotated B, a comment that I made was the only player you guys had to deal with on B had already rotated off. It was a perfect fake. And that really upset Sponsored By's default for the rest of the game, which really helped that streak. So that was a great call, whoever made it.
Yeah, honestly, it was kind of between me and Spade that mostly made most of the calls there. I just noticed that they were rotating really fast because I realized before our streak we were very predictable, I want to say.
For sure, they were really playing a fluid CT side. So when you guys were getting picked off, they were willing to play that 4v5 and really shrink the map on you guys. They were playing for info quite frequently. So it was really nice to see you guys kind of come into your own at the end of that game. You made it close, got Train away and done with. And even though you guys did lose that game, that was a valiant effort.
Yeah, and honestly, that was our first time playing Train as a team.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to note. So there's always room to improve, and especially if Spade is your fresh player, he's definitely making his way. His performance on Mirage was commendable, to say the least.
Yeah, our streak wouldn't have been possible without him. He was just hitting the shots that we needed, and I think he's gonna play next week.
Well, I sure hope he does, because he was great to see, and especially seeing your play on that A side, and especially your play underpass, and really making the CTs feel uncomfortable. It was a really nice departure from the first game. We got to see a strong second game, and it was great to watch.
Yeah, I listened in a little bit at the end of the Train, and I heard you say, we maybe didn't even deserve 6 rounds that game. And I was like, you know what? We're made of something, so let's just go out and let's just frag.
For sure, and you guys proved me wrong. Your economy was looking shaky a couple times. Seeing that CT side, it seemed like a bit of a done deal. And it was great to see you guys come out and just explode, and you're just playing more of your own Counter-Strike. And really nice to see. I guess the only other thing to mention is on your Train side, your call did seem to be that you were really just focusing on one side of the map or the other. How did you guys come into your approach, knowing this is your first Train, knowing that you do have new players on the team? What was your preparation for Train, if there was?
It was a quick 10-minute thing, like, where are we playing? What do you guys want? And Spade hyped up and said, I'm gonna play B alone, and you guys focus on A.
Yeah. And it was nice, because even though you guys did end up losing that game, you did have the start of it. Like, you definitely could see places to improve, and you could make that a very strong map for you guys. Because what Sponsored By was doing, obviously, like I said in the interview, they didn't throw too many executes. But when you were playing for info on the CT side, pushing that upper B, it was very similar to Sponsored By's B play, actually, and your executes were there, just need a bit faster. So you guys, for playing for your first time on Train, I feel like that's a map that could be improved on and could really be part of your map pool.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see what maps we'll play next week, and I think we're actually gonna try and get together before the game and talk through at least utility usage a little more, and maybe some timing, and hopefully next week we'll come out stronger.
For sure, that is definitely the hope. I wish you guys the best of luck. I think you've got plenty of places that you could make a big splash on, and it's great talking to you, Global.
Yeah, it was nice talking.
So that concludes our 2 games between Sponsored By and Heatstroke. First game going 16-6 to Sponsored By, and second going 16-14 on Train and Mirage, respectively. Heatstroke making a huge comeback. I think I said pretty much everything that needed to be said in the interview, but that was great to see. I'm really hoping to see Heatstroke have another great performance against Gravity next week. I believe that's who they're playing. And I think that they are a team that we could see improve massively and really come into their own coming into the playoffs. So I'm excited to see that. Sponsored by, going to be playing against Kentucky Fried Cody. And I think that should be a game that will be fairly tight. I'm excited to see it. I think that Sponsored by has the edge, and I can't wait to watch it.